prepare the fatted calf, the best. And let's kill it and let us eat. Solving food problem. Don't kill yourself for food. The fact that you wake up, you have life every day, worship the King. Express gratitude to him today. Bless his holy name. Lift up your hands to him and say, my Father, holy is your name. The kingdom is yours. I submit myself under your kingdom rule, your dominion, your rulership. Every citizen, you are under a rulership. You are not your own. That's the law that Adam and Eve broke. Listen to me. Just like Adam and Eve, many of us today, we are breaking that law. It doesn't seem apparent. It doesn't seem overt. We don't really think about it that way, that we are breaking that same law. They left the best real estate. Man, this man had gold in his compound. He had 4 rivers in his compound. Why don't you read it? He had oil and gas in his compound. He had the fellowship of God in his compound called the Garden of Eden. He had the angelic protection of seraphims. These same seraphims shut him out when he broke the law. When he was kicked out of the country, the same seraphim, God put them around there so he won't get an access to the tree of life. He left all kind of manners of fruits. So what do we begin to eat? Look, I was in Genesis yesterday just meditating on something. Man, the first thing that happened was they started committing murder. What kind of crimes are we committing? Not understanding this country called heaven. See, heaven, the problem with the subject, and I'm praying, pray for me, please. I'm praying that God will teach me and help me to be able to let us understand that heaven may not be a visible country, but heaven is real, because all things in the natural, they are temporal. They are subject to change. Listen to me, please. The earth is going to vanish away. Heaven is stable. God is real. If heaven is not real, where God is living, then God is not real. Then why do you need to believe in him? You think you can do it by yourself. You think you can do it by your power. Listen to me, please. Let's wake up. That's why I'm telling you this year, as we are teaching on this concept, it's very, very important for us to know where we are. Look at it. He said, this my son was dead. Did you see that? And he's alive again, born again. That means he's back home again. Thank God that we are back home. We are living in the country. He was lost. We've been lost. Now we are found.
Thank you.
Thank Jesus for that. And they began to marry. You know, when we leave the confines of heaven and go into the world system, listen to me, please. Listen to me. Listen to me, please. We are in this world, but we are not supposed to operate by the world system. That's what he's talking about. We're in this world, yes, but we are not supposed to operate by the... Okay, let me give you another one. You remember? I think we are filing corporate taxes now, right? March 1st, March 15th, corporate taxes will be due everywhere in the country. Most companies now, they are doing all kind of gymnastics, right? You know what I mean? To cut their liabilities and play games. That's the world system. April 15 will be individual 1040s and stuff like that, right? Okay. So people will play games and they'll be caught, they'll be audited, right? Listen to me. In this country, you don't file taxes. You only pay taxes. You don't need to file. Heaven keeps your record. Heaven keeps notice of what you give. And I've told you, listen to me again, please. Tithing and royal gifts, because you are a royalty, bringing a royal gift to the King of Kings. You're so blessed and so rich that it is out of what he has given us. 1 Chronicles 29, David talking about it in his praise of God. He says, God, I was a nobody. I was so a nobody that all that I was valued to be worth is to be an animal caretaker. See, it is there where I was watching over those animals. He calls it the sheepcote. He said, that's where you came to fetch me. And you made me king over your heritage, Israel. And all this wealth, they are yours that you have given to me. He says, what is it that I can't give you all this? David alone gave more than the entire country of Israel. Can you imagine God trusting you and I to a point where when everybody in the church gives 100 million, you alone give the 100 million too? Amen. Why can't God trust us? Because we don't trust him. We have left the country system and we are operating the world system. Look, now let me just take this to a close about this brother who did not leave the country system. Pay attention, because listen to me, please. All my life, and most of my life, and most of you people's life that you grew up in the church like me, this story, whenever it was told to us, is about this brother that left home. We called him the prodigal son. The Bible never called him the prodigal son, right? We called him we gave him a name. That's what we do. When somebody's bad, we name them. I was telling that brother yesterday, there are 2 restaurants, and he was telling us, how are your restaurants doing? He said, we sold it. He said, in fact, we sold one 3 times. We bought it back each time. It didn't work. He said, you know what, let me just close it down. Sold the restaurant. If you go there now on Oak Tree Road, it's an Indian buffet actually over there, where my old church used to be. So we sold it. It wasn't something for me. Listen to me, please. Get back into this. Let me put it this way. You are already in the country. Fantastic. Thank God for that. All of us are in the country, because I think I know everybody here. But let's get back. Because it looks like we have taken a leave of this country. It looks like we have migrated to America. Those of you who are online, I don't know the country that you have migrated to. And I know that we have quite international following of our program. From Amsterdam, London, Nigeria, so many places, Spain. Those of you who are online, I don't know what country you have migrated to. But don't let the laws of that country become the law that governs your life. The law that governs our life, because we are citizens of heaven first. Heaven is a real country. It's just invisible. Do you believe in God this morning in this place? Yes. No, do you believe in God? Yes. If you believe in God, then you have to believe in heaven. God is, have you ever seen God? No. He's invisible. So heaven is also okay. Heaven is your what? Heaven is your what?
Throne.
The earth is your what?
Footstool.
Where is the house of God? Go to Psalm 115, please. Let me quickly take it there. Let me go to Psalm 115 very fast, please. Psalm 115. You see. Go to Psalm 115 very quickly, please, or Psalm 116. Go there real quick, please. Psalm 115, verse 15. Let me just read verse 30 from 13. He will bless you. He will bless them that fear the Lord, both small and great. Look at verse 14. The Lord shall increase you more and more, you and your children. Verse 15, look at it. You are blessed of the Lord which made the heaven and the earth. Watch this, please. The heavens, even the heavens are the Lord's. That's where he lives. But the earth he has given to the children of men. Heaven and earth are connected. Listen to me. Write this down, please. Let me give you this profound statement real quickly. The earth is not created to be independent of heaven. Write it down. The earth is not created to be independent of heaven. If the earth is not created to be independent of heaven, that means you are not created to be independent of God. To live without the Holy Ghost. As far back as Genesis, there was murder in the Bible. There was killing. In this world, killing is acceptable under the law. Do you know the number 1 worst state to live in America? Do you know how many of you know the number 1 worst state, the most dangerous state to live in America? How many of you know? Huh? Florida. This same Florida that everybody said they are going. This Florida. Where they were shooting just last week or the other week. is the number 1 worst state in America to live. Which is the number 2 state? Do you know? California. Think about and these are the places that people are like, man, I'm going to California. I'm going to Florida. I'm going to the beach. Crazy places, man. Sorry, Floridians and Californians. New Jersey is a very expensive state, true, and cold, but it's still one of the safest and best states to live in. Just go next door. Go next door. Go next door. I saw one boy yesterday, and he was pointing to another guy. He was pointing to the guy. And I said to myself, he's telling him that, you know what I mean? That I had a gun here. He was pointing like this to him that, what kind of life is this? I want to be able to go out in a country where I'm not worried. I want to be able to go to a government office where they will not go and steal my file and hide it for 12 years. I want to go to a government office where somebody will not ask me to give them bribe, to do what they're supposed to do for me. This is why this country called heaven is beautiful. The Bible says there is no corruption in it. Think about that. That gives me peace of mind. You know, that gives me peace of mind that because there is no corruption in it, when I take a petition, which we will bring next Sunday, during our prayer service, when I take a petition to the king, because there is no corruption there. When Daniel took a petition to the king, that what are we still doing in Babylon, king? And king looked at the petition. Angels, move now. Answer the petition of Daniel. It's not the one that the king will say, how much did he give us in bribe? When they gave a $30 million contract to a person who doesn't know anything about food distribution in Atlanta, Georgia, to supply millions of food to Puerto Rico. And she only supplied less than 50,000 rations, $30 million. When they gave a contract to a company who has never done light for a street to restore light in Puerto Rico. And they had to abandon the job because they didn't have what it takes. They're talking to me about chronism. That's what we get in world system. Let me finish reading this beautiful story today as we begin to round up. Look at it, please. Verse 25, now his eldest son was in the field, and as he came home, drew near to the house, he had music, and he had dancing. And he called one of the servants, and asked what this is supposed to mean. What's going on? And the servant said to him, your brother is come. We need to come. The angels are waiting. Read it in verse 10, verse 9 or 10 of this. It says they rejoice when we come back. Listen to me, please. You are not a sinner in the sense that you're saved already. But when you come back, it means when you come back to your senses and you come back under the laws of the country, the heaven rejoices. You know why the angels rejoice? Have you ever thought about why the angels rejoice? Because of you, many angels in heaven have been unemployed. They've not been able to execute, to watch over. They can't serve you in the world. They cannot serve you in the world. The only thing they can do is drag you back in. They can't serve you there. That's not their jurisdiction. The jurisdiction of angelic service is in the country. When you are in the country, even though you are living in this world, let me tell you, 10,000 will fall at your right hand. Only with your eyes will you see it and behold the reward of the wicked. It will never come near your house or your dwelling. Amen. What are you talking? Me, sick. I can never be. Forget about it. Me, this body, this temple. I mean, that doesn't mean I will see sickness, I'll go and jump in sickness. That doesn't mean maybe I have a headache, I won't take Tylenol or Advil if I have to. But that sickness wants to make is home in my body, it's not possible. Me and sickness. And he said unto him, thy brother is come, and your father has killed the fatted calf, because he has received him safe and sound. And the brother was angry and will not go in. Therefore, his father came to him. The father came out. The father came out. If he's going to take God to come from heaven to come and bring some of us back under the confines of his rule so that he can bless us, and he entreated him, my son, why are you angry? And he said to his father, all these years I have served you. I have not wronged you once. I have not transgressed once at your commandment. And yet, you have not given me even a little goat to eat. Pay attention to this, that I might make merry with my friends. That's how sometimes the life looks in the kingdom. Don't let them draw you with any apple into this world. Satan drew Eve to an apple tree to lose the tree of life. Time will not permit me to really go into that. Can you imagine? Just to the one tree called the tree of knowledge of good and evil instead of the tree of life. You know what the tree of life is? If we were still eating today out of that tree, I've said it to you many times, we were never created to die. We were created to live forever. The Spirit of God is eternal life. But now we die physically. That tree of life is the tree that will have maintained us. Many of us will be like million, trillion years old. We will still be young, happy, blessed. Now, we physically die, which was not intended by God. How does breath die? How does a breath die? But as soon as this your son was come, who has devoured your living with hounds, you have killed for him the fatted calf. Pay attention, please. You can also be in this kingdom, this is where I'm going this morning, and be ignorant of your rights. The fatted calf is fed with the best. This guy always liked it. What do you like this morning? Because I'm going to give you a chance to pray when we finish this morning. What would you like to ask of your father this morning? All his life, obeying God. Have you been obeying God? He had interest in this fatted calf. He always wanted a party. Do you want a party? God will throw one for you. And he said unto him, son, listen to the answer of God in the parable. Because this is God in the parable with you and me. And the father said to the son, he said, pay attention, please, when you read this text. Look at the word son in that text. Please look at it again. I want you to look at it. Is it in uppercase? Is it in uppercase?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Very good. Whenever you see the word son in uppercase, it's referring to the only begotten, which you and I were what? A type of. So this will be giving you clues that this is kingdom teaching. What is it? It says, son, you are ever with me, and all that I have is what?
Yes.
As long as I have it, then it's yours. But if it's yours, which is covetousness, it's going to lead you to want. That was the mistake the younger brother made. It was meet that we should make merry and be glad, for this your brother was dead and is alive again, and was lost and is found. The choice